In the public eye, she took a starring role in the US soap One Life to Live when she was just 6 years old. Since then, she's barely been out of the spotlight, appearing in shows from Ally McBeal to A Bug's Life and the international TV hit many of you will remember, Heroes.
Hayden is currently playing a scheming young diva in the country music drama Nashville. She's looking forward to more chart success, releasing a single from the show, and she'll be with us in just a moment. First, let's have a look at the show. Yeah, Hayden's here now. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
We were just picking up where Bonnie left off. You see, she's saying that everything that happens in Nashville, and it all goes on in the TV show, doesn't it? Divas and attitude and rivalry and stuff behind the scenes. She says it's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
And some people try to deny it. And I'm like, come on, guys. If you're trying to deny it, you know the truth. And I just asked for my first autograph ever.
Oh, Bonnie, didn't you?
She came into my dressing room, and I'm always the one chasing people down. Like, if I find out they're on the show, I'm the one chasing people down, going, "Hi, I'm Hayden. Can I just meet you? I'd like to meet you." And she came into my dressing room and made the choice to say hello to me, and I asked for my first autograph.
Well,
look at you! You can see you're shaking with excitement.
Well, part of the reason is because reality and fiction getting a bit blurred because you're releasing music of your own,
right?
You're an actress, but you're doing the singing thing,
right.
So was that something you always wanted to do?
Always wanted to do, and especially country music. And I at one point went down that road of trying to break into music, and it was like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. I was trying to be people that I idolized, but it just didn't sit well with me. But I was afraid that people wouldn't be able to make the connection because I'm from New York. To country music. And so to find a show where I get to do both of the things that I love, I was like, something must go wrong. This is too good to be true. And knock on wood, it's been unbelievable.
It's a great show. It's a kind of curious mixture, isn't it, of sort of soap and with this lovely music in it as well. You sing, obviously, lots of the songs. Lots of practice, presumably, as well?
Absolutely, in the beginning, and being in the studio and being so nervous. I remember that first song that I recorded the first day, and I was shaking, visibly shaking for hours, and it got progressively better, and then T-Bone Burnett came in, and he just changed the entire vibe, the entire feeling. He made it a home, and I have terrible stage fright, so it's very shocking to me that he would once in a while I was recording, he would just come in, and he's this huge man. He has this huge energy, and he would just sit down and go, "No, babe, just do it again." And all of a sudden, it came to life. All of a sudden, he reminded me to sing, to think about what I was singing, the words that I was singing. And that's what country music is, it's raw.
What's really surprising in a way is that you say you have stage fright, but you've been performing almost literally all your life. I saw a clip of you on a chat show, the Jay Leno show, I think you were 7.
But at that point, you don't care. At that point, you're like, I can get away with saying whatever I want. And then you start getting a little...
Oh, then you start thinking about it more.
Oh, yeah.
So when did that start, the self-consciousness then?
I think it started when I attempted the national anthem in front of thousands of people on the lawn of the Capitol building on the 4th of July.
I can see why that
with a live orchestra, to the point where I was on the side of the stage, like, hyperventilating, and the stage manager was like, "Okay, you ready to go?" I'm like, "I can't do this. I can't do this." And he was like, "You're on." And I don't know, I just went into like robot mode and went out there, and I hung on to that microphone for dear life, and at one point tried to let go, and I just started shaking, and I grabbed back onto the mic, and after that I was just terrified, even to present awards, and I've done this for years. But in what I do, we take 10,
25.
25. Hopefully you don't need it. But.
It is curious though, because at your meeting you seem very, very confident. And we were saying before, you've got a rock hard handshake.
Oh, thanks.
You got a proper old squeeze there. What's all about?
It's the Napoleon syndrome. We got to make sure that people know that we're tough, that we can stand up for ourselves. I'm a New Yorker too. I think it says a lot about somebody when you have a firm handshake.
Yeah.
It's weird when
hurts a bit,
you meet...
Even you. She gave you a firmer handshake than she did me.
But when Like, shake my hand.
Hold on then. Hey.
Like,
Don't
no,
do it.
just
Don't
actually
really.
shake
Are you
my
really going to
hand.
squeeze it now?
Yeah, no, just actually shake my hand. When people do that.
Oh, no. Oh, you mean when they do a kind of flat
Or
sort of
when they
kipper
go
hand?
like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's the most awkward thing in the world.
Yes.
You just don't even know what to do. It's like when people don't bend down for me to give them a hug, and they stand straight up, and I'm like trying to get the chin up there. It's
Anything else we need to know about?
comfy.
Handshakes,
what else
hugs?
do you want to go into?
So will you go and sing live again now that you're obviously getting your confidence back with the singing? Do you
Right.
think you can move on to the live performances then, or?
Well, I definitely hope to, and I hope to use the show as kind of that stepping stone, that entrance into it, to get over that stage fright. Because you get to go up there, not as myself, I get to go up there hiding behind the wall that is Juliet Barnes as a character, which is why you see a lot of these people, these stars like Beyonce, Sasha Fierce, she goes up there and it kind of keeps that distance, that boundary.
Anybody who's seen Juliet will know she's, at least to say, she's a bit of a number, isn't she?
She's a bit of a number. That's what she is. That's being kind.
I'm being kind. She really, she
really
will do
is.
anything, won't she, to get ahead? That's not like you, though.
You know what, though? She is. Well, I hope that if it was like me, I certainly wouldn't admit it. But she's running from a very dark past, and that's what I love about what they've done with this character. Is they've created just this multi-dimensional, multi-layered. And she is the villain, but she's a villain where when you see behind the scenes and where she's come from, you have empathy for her, sympathy, and you have somewhat of an understanding for her, and you feel bad for her. You feel sorry for her, and she doesn't go about things in the right way at all. But it is a dog-eat-dog world, and she wants to make sure that she never has to go back to that dark past that she has.
There's a fascination with child stars.
Yes.
Who've forged a career long term. About we're always fascinated when it goes horribly wrong. And we've seen that from time to time. How have you kept? What's the word? Normal. I mean, how have you managed to sort of sustain it and not turn into a monster or ruin the whole thing?
Or end up in jail.
Well, because it happens a lot, doesn't it?
it
And
does.
you had success very young.
No, it absolutely
And as a teenager,
does.
and all the times when lots of elements could
It has,
go upside down.
It has so much to do with the people who you surround yourself with. And I'm no better than anybody else, and those same doors were open to me, and they're very easy to walk through. And
Are you talking about things like drugs or alcohol? Or,
drugs, alcohol, being in inappropriate places that you shouldn't be at a certain age. And it's a very tough position to be in, but I had great people to pull me back from it. And it's rough because there's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of judgment, which is interesting because people ask me all the time where I pull this character from, whether it's a country music artist, other country music artists, and I go, actually, just because I didn't grow up in the country music industry, we're all in the same lunchroom, we're just eating at different lunch tables. I still grew up a young person in the spotlight, dealing with a lot of scrutiny and a lot of judgment. And as long as you have people who are willing to tell you the truth and who are not afraid to tell you the truth and who are there to yank you back when you need it and give you a reality check, it makes a world of difference.
Well, what about Mum and Dad? Because Mum, she was an actress, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
So does that help? She had at least, a clue about the industry and what it was like then?
She had a clue about a certain aspect of the industry, but I don't think that anybody can prepare for it because it happens differently for everybody, depending on your age, depending on whether you're male or female. And I will tell you, being a young female growing up in this industry is really tough. And I grew up in that generation of the wild child. I was guilty by association. So everyone sits there and they wait for you to fall off your horse.
Is that what it felt like?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I would get those questions. I would literally get, so when are you getting your DUI?
What?
When are you getting your DUI?
What's that?
Driving under the influence.
Okay.
When are you going to go to jail? When are you going to get arrested? At 16 years old. Oh. And it's a tough thing to go through. Where you go, oh, please don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge me by, the people that I'm surrounded by.
So what you want to do is, you want to have a 43-year career like Bonnie Raitt. still be doing the thing.
What an amazing
It takes something quite special, doesn't it,
and
to
be
do that?
humble too, and that kind, and yeah, that's the way you do it. That is the way you do it.
Okay,
Absolutely.
finally, one silly question before we go. You plainly love singing. What's your favourite song? What do you sing at home in the shower? Is it country?
It's everything. It's everything. I'm more of a car singer than I am
you're
a shower
car
singer.
singer.
But I
Loud.
mean, I Can't Make You Love Me. We've jammed that in the backyard at my friend's house many a times. But I actually listen to the soundtrack too. I love Ho Hey that the girls redid, that Lennon and Maisie redid, and I remember sitting there once. I was walking to the House of Blues where we record with T-Bone, and I hear Telescope, but a different version. I'm like, what is that? And I walked around the corner, and the girls are playing Telescope, but the acoustic version of it, and I was like, fine. You know what? That's it. I quit. You can have it. You can have my song. And I walked out. No,
it's been
but
fantastic.
they're unbelievable.
Lovely to see you
really,
today.
really
Thank
lovely
you.
to meet you.
Good
Thank
to
you very
see you
much for
guys
coming in. Hayden's single "Hypnotising" is released on the 24th of June. The second Nashville soundtrack album is out right now.
And we're back tomorrow at 6.
See you then.
Bye-bye.